Well, I made it to Wilpena. I don't know, 66 k's. Yeah, tough towards the end there, and lost a bit of bark in that fall. I might take my shoes off and relax a little. Well, this is the campground at Wilpena. They've got a resort here and a pub and a grocery store and a couple of other things. This is pretty much the stepping off point for a lot of people who choose to do a lot of bushwalks. The Wilpena Pound is just a short walk away. It's only a short walk getting there. It's a lot different getting to the top. But yeah, this is the stepping off point for a lot of people who come here. Very, very popular. It's getting towards the beginning of summer now, and they'll probably close this place down because you don't want to be out there midsummer. But that's dangerous. Alright, leaving Wilpena now. Today's special. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. 66 years old. I don't know what other 66-year-olds are doing. With me, I'm going to celebrate by going for a bike ride. So yeah, if you're looking for me, I'll be on the Mawson Trail. Morning of day 4. Looks like I've just joined the telegraph, or the old telegraph track. Today, hope to do another 60 kilometres, I guess. I'm going to make some changes to the route only because the Mawson Trail doesn't suit me. One of my next destinations was going to be a place called Heartache, I think it is, and it's just a pub, and that in itself wouldn't be bad, but it's closed 2 days of the week, and one of those days is tomorrow. So I don't want to get there and have absolutely no access to anything, be it showers, electricity, power to recharge the battery. So I'm going to make some changes. At the moment I'm going to Rollins Lee Station. From there I'll get a bite to eat and maybe see if I can stick some more juice in the battery and then pretty much slab it all the way down to Hawker, and I'll book into a caravan park this evening. That there is called Rollins Lee's Bluff, I think. There's a male with his chicks. It's actually the male's job to raise the children. The female gets knocked up, lays the eggs, and it's the bloke's job to hang around and raise the kids. I'm not quite sure whether that's a good idea. Yeah, well, this is Rollins Lee Station. I've actually stayed here before when I was part of a big group motorbike ride. There was about 90 of us, and we had dinner here at the Woolshed restaurant. If I remember correctly, I think we had our group photo taken nearby. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all at the base of that windmill. Like I say, about 90 of us as part of a BMW Safari Enduro in 2016. The place hasn't changed a bit. Well, from here I'm going to slab it to Hawker. I don't know, about 40 kilometres. Probably only take about an hour and a half, I figure. It's slightly downhill the whole way, so I'll be there mid-afternoon, find a caravan park and check in. mentioned before that I turned 66 today, and some may be questioning, you know, why is a 66-year-old out here doing this? And I guess it's all about choices, all about lifestyle choices that we make early in life. And I've said earlier about my attitude towards death. I'm not going to hang around the house waiting for death. I'd rather meet it head on, you know. So, yeah, I choose to do this. Thankfully, I've still got most of my teeth. My health is in good shape. A couple of sore joints, but that's okay. So, yeah, while I can, I'd much rather do this than, as I said, hang around the house waiting for death. Bugger that. I don't know how well you can see it, but we're heading south, where that blue dot there, and the Mawson Trail here turns off to the Moralana Scenic Drive and starts heading north and does a big loop, I guess, back to, does a big loop back to Hawker. So I'm just going to continue heading south on the blacktop. Hawker's there. And I do believe, reading some of the literature, that the worst section on the Mawson Trail is somewhere along this stretch here. No matter how tough you are, you're going to have to get off and walk either up or down. So I'll take the soft option, or the sensible option, and just keep on heading south on the blacktop. So yeah, the Mawson Trail changes direction here and follows the Moralana Scenic Drive for 28 kilometres. I'm not sure if you can see the Elders Range there, but I guess it goes around that rather than over it. Yeah, that would be tough going through there, I think. Well, I've arrived at Hawker. They've got a small hospital here. I might go in and see them. I wouldn't mind having this wound, my elbow, sort of cleaned up and dressed. I don't know if they're in a position to help me, but yeah, hopefully they can. I've got a small medical kit with me, but you know, a couple of painkillers, a couple of band-aids and a bit of antiseptic, but yeah, they might be able to do a better job. Alright, well, they're not too busy to see me, so I said, look, I'll go and clean up and have a shower, and she said that'd be fine, and I'll come back later on. So that's what I'll do. Yeah, so from here I'll go to the caravan park, book in, have a shower, clean myself up. There's a pub here that serves meals, so that'll be dinner tonight sorted. Morning of day 5. Today could be a bit of a grind, about 70 kilometres. I'm deviating off the Mawson Trail because the next stop effectively was just going to be a pub, no resupply. Well, there would have been if it was open. It's closed today, so yeah, I'm just going to slab it straight down to Quorn with a Q. So yeah, 70 kilometres. It's an arterial road, a major arterial road. I'm hoping there's not going to be a lot of heavy traffic. I don't have too many options. So yeah, probably 4 hours of riding, I guess. We'll see. I want to be off the road by noon because temperatures in the afternoon get quite high out here at the moment anyway. Most of my cycle touring has been overseas, predominantly Southeast Asia. Did one trip in Europe, but mostly in Southeast Asia. And there, of course, you can get a cheap hotel room for 25 bucks. There's water every 5 or 8 kilometres because there's lots of villages. So ordinarily you're not carrying a lot of weight. Different story for me this trip. Got to carry tent, sleeping bag, cooking gear, a bit of food. So the trailer was about as heavy as it's ever likely to get. So yeah, it can be a bit of a dick drag. I was going to go to Lombok at this time of year because I had a window of opportunity to do that. It's just the wrong season. Over there, humidity 90%. Tough going over there. At least it's a dry heat here. Early pioneers must have been a tough lot. Well, you can see there remnants of the old Ghan Railway. It used to come along this road. This was the original alignment for the Ghan Railway. They've realigned it since, of course, and that's why a lot of these places like Quorn and Hawker exist. Once they realigned the railway, of course, a lot of those places, they didn't go guts up. They still rely on a bit of tourist traffic, but the populations are a lot smaller now than what they once were. There's evidence of this railway all along here. And in fact, at one stage, I think we're going to actually be on the rail trail. What a dick drag. I've done 47 Ks, I've got about 20 or 21 to go, and if I could find a place to pull over, I'd do that and have something to eat. There's not much respite along this section. There's a bridge up here. Maybe I can seek some shade or shelter under that, just to have a bit of a break, because I think I'm due for one. Yeah, there's a track down there. Oh. They've got pegs every kilometre, so you know how far you've come from the last town, in this case Hawker. According to that, I'm 58 kilometres down the road, which means I've got about, I don't know, six or seven to go, I guess, to Quorn. Yeah, 6 to go. 6 to go. I've made good time, as you would expect. I've got 5 bars to indicate the battery strength, and I've only used one because I've been doing most of the work. It cuts out at 25 k's an hour, and my average has been quite high today. Well, this is Quorn. It's a tidy town winner in 2002, according to that sign. But yeah, it's very touristy, this place. A lot of people come here for day trips. It's got an old historic railway museum and the existing railway station from back in the day. A couple of places to eat, a couple of places to stay. So yeah, I've made it here in good time. What I might do is get a cup of coffee, have something else to eat, sit down and just do some sums. I'm thinking about continuing on to the next town. I think it's about 40 k's. Anyway, we'll do some sums and have a look. Sometimes you have to act like you own the place. People have heard me say that before, and it's always better to ask for forgiveness than beg for permission. I found a place to charge the bike. I won't tell you where. But anyway, I'll leave it on charge for an hour or two, grab myself a bite to eat, have a look at the map, and then decide what I'm going to do. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep going another 40 k's down the road, back onto the trail. Wilmington. That's where I'm headed, through the bush. I just saw a trail marker, so I'm on the right track. Yeah, I've done 68 already to get here. I've got another 40 now to get me to Wilmington, and there's a couple of tough stretches, I believe. But I've had on charge for an hour. That's given me a bit more juice, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, should that sign be on the road if the park was closed? I mean, the Mawson Trail goes straight ahead. You would think so, wouldn't you? What's the worst that can happen? Anyway, I'll keep going. This is called the Gap. It's supposed to be the worst stretch along this part. But, I guess I'll know more soon enough. I just hope that's not a false crest. It's steeper than it looks on video. E-bike or no e-bike, it's still tough. Yep, this is that's the crest. Thank goodness. That's called Mount Remarkable through there. There's actually a town at the base of that, well, within Cooee of it, called Melrose. We actually go through there tomorrow. But that area is very popular with mountain bikers, apparently. Only in Australia. He's waving me on. Oh wait, I've got heaps of time. Welcome to Australia, folks. Yeah, I'm all, mate. Not far to go now, thankfully.
You got about 2.5 miles.
Well, it's been a big day. Hit 107 by the time I finished. The caravan park here is called Beautiful Valley Caravan Park. Apparently the early settlers were struck by the beauty of this place, so I'm hoping that this caravan park has a bit more appeal than the other one where I was going to stop. I went through there on the way up to Parachilna, and yeah, didn't look comfortable. So hopefully this one's better equipped. It's on the other side of town, I believe. Looking at the map. Yeah, been a big day. Having said that, on the day ahead now, so that'll give me some fat, you know, if I have a problem down the track. Morning of day 6. Actually had some lawn to sleep on last night, which was a nice change. Last few nights it's just been a hard rocky surface, so yeah, that made for a nice change. Gee, some of the places I've stayed in, you know, they're pretty run down. Must be tough trying to keep a place like this going. And when you have a look at some of the amenities, or the lack of, yeah, it'd be pretty tough. Anyway, yeah, as I said, morning of day 6. From here I ride to Melrose. Now, according to the literature... See you, mate. Thanks for the hospitality. Yeah, Melrose. According to the literature, the actual Mawson trail is pretty uninspiring, and the suggestion is maybe take the rail trail that links these two towns together. So that's what I'm going to do. Being a rail trail, you'll expect it would be flat, level, and probably just as scenic. So yeah, we'll get to Melrose, 23 k's, have a bite to eat and a cup of coffee. At Melrose is the only bike shop along this whole trail for 900 kilometres, and I guess that's because of the mountain biking in that area. So, you know, if you had problems with your bike, at least there's an opportunity there to go and get the matter sorted, I guess. That's Mount Remarkable through there. I don't think I have to go over it. I think I'll go around it. I hope I don't have to go over it. Yeah, that's the area that is so popular with mountain bikers and hikers, I believe. It's got about 75 kilometres of single trail going through there for bikes. Be fun if you weren't towing a trailer. Well, this is Melrose. According to the literature, the oldest town in the Flinders. I was going to pull up here today, but it's still pretty early, so I'll have a rest, something to eat, hydrate. The next town is Laura, which is 53 kilometres through the bush. That might have some tough stretches, but I've probably got enough daylight to see that through. I haven't used any battery power to get here, so I do have a full charge, and as long as I use it sparingly, hopefully it'll get me to Laura. I guess I'll know more later on today. The old conventional way of doing things, panniers. Bikepacking has become a lot more popular. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll keep my trailer, I think. Aaron from Hawaii, if you're watching. Rich from Over the Edge Bikes in Melrose says good day. Oh, tough climb, especially with a belly full of food. Vineyards. My first vineyard. I thought I was a little bit too far north for that just yet. It's dry old country up here. I've read that there are lots of times when you're riding into a headwind, and this is one of them. It ain't fun. It's extra burden on the battery too, of course. Finally, a different view other than farmland. I believe I actually enter that forest soon and go through it for quite a number of kilometres. Well, I've done 50 today, I've got another 30 to go. About 10 kilometres up the road here is a picnic ground of sorts. Apparently there's a long drop dunny, some picnic tables and I believe a water tank, so I'll pull up there and have a bit of a break, another bite to eat perhaps. I've lost half my battery. As long as I can get about 10 kilometres to 1 bar of battery, it's got 5 bars, then yeah, I'm doing okay. Any less than that and I'm in trouble. This stretch through here, they suggest if it's wet that you avoid it and bypass it somehow. When it's wet, it's got the same consistency as peanut butter, and I've seen photos of guys whose the wheels are so choked up with mud they can't move. They've got to take the wheels off to remove the mud before they can get going again. Yeah, apparently it's got something to do with the clay-based soil. First sight of rain and it becomes impassable. Well, this is very respectable. Something other than a dirt floor. Probably gets a bit of business on the weekends, I guess. So yeah, I'll pull up here, have a bite to eat. Only got 18 k's to go till destination at Laura, so I'll make that comfortably. I think most of it's downhill from here. It's easy to miss a turn. If you're not sure, trust your gut, have a look, because this, yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to see the signs. No, we're all good. Straight ahead. This is another one of those areas they suggest you avoid if it's wet. May be very difficult to see, but you know, it's quite deep ruts here where blokes have tried to get up here in four-wheel drives during the wet. Yeah, if you were going south to north, you'd be pushing your bike up there. Only a couple of kilometres out of Laura now. Looks like I'm going to finish the day the same way I started, on a rail trail. Nice flat and level at least. By the time I get there it would have been an 80 kilometre day, and thankfully I've still got some juice left in the battery. You've got to manage it really, really well if you want anything in it at the end of the day when you might need it most. Yeah, and sometimes the first 20 kilometres of the day might be without any assist, and that's okay.